73. 73, love, 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 73, 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 love, 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 73. Give yourself some love, my friend. Give yourself some love. Come on right now. I know you're watching this video out there, but I mean, wherever you're watching it, just for a second, you know, if you're holding a handheld device, you're on a computer, you're looking at it, give yourself some love. Just I think you want the nice thing. I think I said this in another video. You know, I think if you just start to do this a little bit, I mean, that's a physical thing that you can do to try to just kind of remember yourself. Get into the habit of doing that. People say, "What are you doing?" You say, "I'm loving myself." What are you talking about? Well, this means I love you, and I'm loving myself. I'm gonna love myself. You know, so because you need to. You need to. No matter who you are, you need to love yourself. Because you're gonna be the one that's gonna be around, and you're gonna be the one that's gonna be around the longest in your life. That's kind of silly to say that, but you know, as I was talking about in other videos about how there's people that are gonna come and go in your life, but you're gonna be the one that's gonna be around the longest. So you need to treat yourself good. You need to treat yourself good. You need to treat yourself the best that you possibly can, you know. And I think one of the ways that you can, because here's another, love is, or love. What love is, love rejoices in truth, right? Love rejoices in truth. Yeah, truth. I love truth. Truth to me is a power of something that is always moving to push itself to the surface no matter what. You know, it's like truth is a power that's always trying to push itself to the surface, right? And, we talk about, love rejoices in truth. And I think right there from that point, I would say, be true to yourself. Be true to yourself. Are you being true to yourself by allowing this to happen? Are you being true to yourself by allowing people to treat you this way? Are you being true to yourself by treating yourself that way? You know, are you being true to yourself by being negative about yourself? Are you being true to yourself by being down on yourself? Are you being, So love rejoices in truth, because I gotta tell you something here. That as much spiritual and personal growth that I've had in my life, and to have come to and to have reached the point, and then to look back and realized that the reason why I was wallowing in a lot of the things that I was in my life was because of lies and untruths. Things that weren't true about me, about myself, about about how I performed, how well I did at things, how I could do things. I got to tell you, man, I mean, like I've said before, when I start to have some of these thoughts, it's like, that pain inside, that pain that I used to exist from, that came primarily from a bunch of untruth, things that weren't true about me, things that weren't true about my life, things that I made, you're doing it, we're both doing it. We start to make untruth about our lives. We start to make lies about ourselves. I mean, I don't want to call them life truth. I don't want to call them untruth. I want to call them lies. We make lies about ourselves. And then we begin to believe those lies. And you know what? Sometimes those lies, unfortunately, are placed on us in early childhood and stuff like that. And we started to believe them. We gave life to them, and we have gone down this road, continuing to believe them and everything. And there were lies. Love rejoices in truth. And none of those things have any weight to them at all. I can tell you so much stuff that I had to come from. So much stuff. And I know that a lot of people out there do too. And you may not be consciously aware of all of it, but I got to encourage you to know that the best form of you being able to find truth in your life is start asking questions. Start asking the question. And I gave the example of I could give a couple of answers here. I started asking myself the question, why do I, and I know I've said this in these videos probably, why do I always have to compare myself to people all the time? Why am I always worried about what other people think of me? Why am I always, and I asked that question, and I can't tell you for how long, but I asked it for months sounds like, months. I asked it for months. It could have been 3 months, could have been 4. I don't know. I just know that it was an extended period of time that I kept on asking myself that question, maybe for 6, 7, 8 months. I don't know, until that time that it started it put me on the edge of my bed, profusely crying my eyeballs out, and I don't know if you know what crying profusely is, when you can't stop and it's just uncontrollable and it just comes out, and then what came to my mind is like, why can't you be more like your sister? And that what came through my mind. So it's in search of truth, right? It's in search of truth and allowing that truth to come to the surface. So personal growth and going out and finding some of the reasons for some of the stuff that's going on in your life is loving yourself. Personal growth most definitely is loving yourself. Opening up yourself to personal and spiritual growth too is loving yourself. Opening yourself up to the personal growth so that you can find some of the truths in your life that are bringing you and holding you down. Love delights in truth, because what does the truth do? Set you free, my friend. Set you free, my friend. It is the truth that sets you free. The truth that sets you free. And so many people have bought into the lies about themselves and the negativity about themselves. And what comes to my mind is this girl, I keep seeing her posts, and it's like she's got one issue to the next. It's like one negative thing to the next. Serious. Every post she pops up there, and she's getting this health test done, and she's getting that, this test done. Oh, let's see if I got, it's just one thing after the other, and people get into this habit and this perpetual cycle of things, and it's just this thing that just keeps going and going and going. And it comes from the lies. It comes from all those lies that were instilled that just started churning and churning and churning and churning and churning and churning. And it just keeps going and it just keeps going, and the perpetuation keeps going. It leads from one thing to the other. Stop! Got to stop, Stop. Love rejoices in truth, because the majority of most of those things come from lies. Lies that were placed upon you from somebody else that you started believing, lies that you placed on yourself that you started believing because of maybe some past mistakes or whatever it is. I talked about one of my other videos how, whatever you did in the past does not define who you are now, nor does it define who you are in the future. So, what can I say? It's kind of a big subject, because love rejoices in truth. When it comes to loving ourselves, finding the truth about ourselves and why you're doing that, and one of those things. And let me tell you what. Let me tell you what. Let me tell you what. I tell you what. When you find those truths in your life, and you realize the source to which a lot of those things have come from, that have been detrimental to you, that have been bringing you down, and you kind of beating yourself up with them, and you come to the realization of those truths, and then when you are set free from that stuff, boy, I'll tell you what, and it's worth, I can tell you for sure, it's worth the journey, it's worth the time, it's worth the investment of whatever you got to do to discover those things, because when the truth sets you free, that it's going to allow you to love yourself at a level that's even going to be better.